Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queens, and everyone in between. This is the Ptah Shakur Speaks broadcast coming here from live from the White Rose Community Television Network, as well as going out on Facebook. Do a little sound check here. We're going to get started really quite quickly. Let me go ahead and send this out to all my little super friends out there before I do so. Hope you all are enjoying your wonderful Monday here. We're actually Thanksgiving coming up, so you can see on the bottom line right there, we're going to be talking a little bit about gratefulness and gratitude and how important that is energetically. So, gratitude. We're going to go, hope you all got your pens and pads ready. It's 8 o'clock right on the dot. Like E.F. Hutton, when I start speaking, everybody needs to pay attention. Grab your pen and pad. So we're going to go into it. We're going to talk about the signs of gratitude, types of gratitude, how to practice gratitude, the impact of gratitude, and different tips. And what exactly is gratitude and why should we be grateful at this particular time? Like I said, this is leading up into the Thanksgiving that is coming up here on Thursday. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves. Like I said, this is Ptah Shakur. I'm going to go ahead and start off real briefly with my introduction. First, I got to start with a disclaimer. Warning! Haha. The information you hear may excite you, may depress you, may trigger you, may cause a myriad of different emotions. I understand. My purpose is to make sure that I spread nothing but love, light, love in the form of unconditional love, because I see everybody outside of me as a mere reflection of me. So you will always get that guarantee, as well as light. What does light mean? Just like you see those old cartoons, the light bulb bling goes off in somebody's head when they get a enlightened idea or a real profound thought. So I'm here to express and share knowledge and information with individuals that are looking to understand the current changes that's going on in this particular time. So if you're on the high track, you're in the upper rooms, Starseed, salute to you. You already understand that you are a divine being and you sharing your light to everybody in your vicinity, that divine spark of Christ consciousness that is growing inside of you. If you're on the middle track, you're still trying to ascertain whether the information you get from the mass media, social media, what you got from your elected officials, what you got from your authorities, maybe a chance to go ahead and reconfigure some of those belief systems and those indoctrination. And if you're on the slow bus, peace to you. You probably already changed the channel. That's fine. Accept it or leave it alone. This is a live call-in show. You can feel free to call in. The numbers on the bottom of the screen, somewhere over there. 717-846-5067. But I'm going to get right into it. I got a TikTok audience that's grown really virally. And for those individuals that have a little shorter attention span, so I got to get right to the information, y'all. So, like I said, I always believe in starting everything off with an affirmation. This is the affirmation that I share every day to get me positively charged up so I can be a beacon of love and light to you all right there. Yes, you. I don't mean point. I don't use all my fingers there. Yes, you. If you're listening at home right now, you are a divine being. You are an interdimensional being. Your power and your scope of your power has been carefully hidden by those elitists of this world. They do not want you waking up at this key wonderful junction and point in time. However, this light will shine and darkness will have to get up out of here. So hence, this is one of the reasons for this program. So like I said, starting off with affirmations. So feel free to write this down. I told you to get a pad and paper. I talk kind of fast. I'm trying to slow up for some of y'all, but you can write this one down and use it as your own. I know my place in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I'm in the upper room. God is, God is, God is. I, Ptah Shakur, I pledge to always look for the best in each and every circumstance and in each and every one, especially starting with myself. I come from love, I am love, and I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I commit myself to choosing the upper room towards vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Behold, I make all things new. So the information that I'm about to read to you as well, this is an affirmation. It gives a little bit more detailed information about what I'm sharing. And I got to share this disclaimer as well. Warning, like I shared it before, this information is highly powerful. You can utilize this to enhance your life. It makes sound kind of arrogant or verbose or boastful. However, it is not. Because whatever you say I am, whatever you put behind that is what you positively charge yourself to be, is what you pull in for the universe. It's nothing wrong in saying you the best at something, y'all. Don't do that humble pie, man. Let your light shine. So you can subconsciously allow others to shine their light as well. So this is the time. This is the most glorious time. Anybody who go ahead and got your Bibles, go ahead and bring Revelations out. We're living in those pages are jumping. The words are jumping off the pages right now. So this is a key point in time where the earth is actually coming alive, and we have opportunity to go to the 5th D, going to a whole nother dimension as far as even in our bodies are changing. Yes, your body is actually changing whether you know it or not. Inside, you're going through different type of angst and different things going on. I'm here to explain all that to you as we move into this Christ consciousness. So I am the omnipresent, all-powerful intelligence that's governing this here mind-body complex. I am the presence of divine harmony, and I'm always connected to the frequency and the heart of God. And I now bring forth solutions to change myself and to change the world. See how you got to do that? You got to change yourself first. Because you change yourself first, you actually pull yourself into that more positive timeline. You leave a little door open for others to kind of come with you. So if you're trying to beat down your neighbor, your brother, or your significant other and trying to bring the light to them, you can't do it. You got to focus on that unconditional love of yourself first. Go into motion, and then perhaps if they want to come along, then they can come along. So, I am a limitless door which no man can shut. I am the mighty divine presence of source in action. In short, I'm your brother. Shorter, I'm you. See, I'm no better than anyone else, but make sure you understand, and we'll go over that at another time. We're actually in 202. We had the 101 class. This is my 2nd year in doing this particular broadcast. So go ahead and check out YouTube right now. Not right now. Write it down. Ptah Shakur. That's how you spell it. Utah with a P. Shakur like Tupac. And you can see the plethora of videos that are already placed on YouTube explaining these current cosmic changes and real detailed information. And for those who are looking to actually become the better version of themselves in the form of diet, form of meditation, mindfulness, and in the form of understanding the divine knowledge that's already been shared in going through some ancient books. A lot of them they wasn't all burned. It wasn't burned in the Great Inquisition. Instead, they was actually stashed under that wonderful city that we call the Vatican. So this knowledge has been hidden from us. And if you go ahead and don't believe me, go ahead and turn that dollar bill over. I'll wait. Turn that dollar bill over. What you see is that pyramid that you see with the eye of Horus is supposed to be the eye of knowledge, and how that capstone is actually separated from the rest of the pyramid. So I need y'all to think right now. We got individuals that are actually holding this information. We got a 1% of the population that owns 99% of all the wealth and all the resources. I need some of y'all to wake up. So, like I said, I'm a catalyst for change. I'm a role model, youth advocate, Reiki practitioner, transformational life coach, which I'll be going more into that on previous shows. Following shows, excuse me. Entrepreneur, spiritual guide, and channel. I am a rebel, here to uninstall cowardliness. I, Ptah Shakur, seek to shed light on the daily atrocities that are facing you or I by these elitists. We don't want to call them elitists anymore. We want to call them the scared, the feeble and the scared. They have their reasons for doing things, but trust me, those reasons don't mean nothing to you and I, because we are actually being kept under the thumb of certain individuals. However, that thumb is slowly kind of releasing its grip. If you understand the corruption and things that exist, the thread is being pulled, and more information will be coming out very, very shortly. So I intend to promote nothing but love, light, motivation, education for all those seeking to understand the current cosmic changes that is actually affecting in every animate and inanimate being. And I believe you're an animate being. Now, unless you're just in a catatonic state, then this might not apply to you. But you are actually evolving, because this is the time written about all scriptures grows the minds. Talk about this in 2012. The Muslims speak about the return of the Mahdi, Christ consciousness. We need to understand what all that means. So I'm a dangerous man to those elitists. I am not afraid of them. They are afraid of me, in fact, and their shadow government that's been corrupting the world since the 1950s. If you don't believe me, go ahead and look at Eisenhower's final address when he was president. He spoke about the industrialized military complex at that time, and now it's becoming more and more to the light. If you're all those who study on those UFO briefings and disclosures, yes, they got technologies and they got different things that's hidden away, but alas, let's do a little dance, because those things is coming out right now as we speak. If you identify as feminine, Ptah Shakur, I don't care what your letters are. However, what we need is we need that feminine energy in more of a balance. We need it in more balance in all sectors of politics, even all around the world. We need your energy. We need your vision to help correct the ills that we are experiencing in this particular society. And if you identify as masculine, like I said, I don't care about your letters. We asking everybody to actually join me in this mindset that we would rather live like men rather than die like cowards. And I'm asking everybody to do what you can to stand up and protect the human family at this time. If you don't know who those are, we're going to go into that in a little bit. We can't allow our elected officials to do it for us. So, for all my YouTube subscribers, and that number is growing, y'all. You might just see me here, but I'm not alone. I got backing for sure. Divine backing and the backing of every form of fashion you can believe. Ptah Shakur has that. So I remember all my YouTube subscribers and TikTok followers that you are eternal beings, but forever being a fraction of eternity. You are beautiful, powerful children of the ultimate divine grid programmer, aka God, aka Allah. Yes, that individual pulsates. Not an individual, excuse me, let me correct that. That frequency of energy, that love, that spark of life that created life throughout this whole entire multiverse. You are a key cog in that particular machine. And so now we're waking up to our possibilities and waking up to our abilities. If you're seeing repeating numbers, if you're actually having flashes of the size of your ears, flashes in your eye, you're hearing ringing in your ears, you're having precognition abilities, you're having, what's it called? Deja vu, all of those things are a sign of the time. Remember that great man Jesus, aka Yeshua, said, greater work shall ye do. It's time to put those works into action. So to all my youth, like I mentioned before about to protect the human family, our hooded youth need us now more than ever. The music has set them up and set them down. And anyone who is above the age of 30, you got something to share with these youth. Stop being scared of them. So we understand that the youth right now that are walking the face of the earth are some of the most oldest souls in creation. Ooh, I just got a shiver. Oldest souls in creation that have now reincarnated back at this key junction in time to help with the facilitation of bringing in this new heaven, this new earth, which is spoken about in Revelations. And so the buck stops here. We're looking to unlock the greatness of our youth. To all my star seeds, wanderers, indigo children, angelic souls, Reiki practitioners, crystal rockers, meditative tree huggers. This is for you. Everybody else probably already turned the channel already. That's all right. But this is for you. And I'm asking every single last one of the individuals, the star seeds, wanderer, indigo children, angelic souls, Reiki practitioners, understand this. Hear me. We are the new founding fathers of this creation. And I'm asking everybody that's out there to first start with the unconditional love. Understand how beautiful, powerful you are. Like I said, you are an interdimensional being. You are, now you're not a drop of the ocean. You're the ocean in the drop. You are a fractalized portion of the most divine source that has ever existed. And I'm asking everybody to understand that. And when you do, then you have that unconditional love for yourself. You start to create boundaries. You start to create your own particular world. And then I'm asking you to share that light with everybody that's in your particular vicinity. So we're going to do a little freestyle. Since I thought I had a call, but that's all cool. Ptah Shakur, we here rocking and rolling like we supposed to do. So, like I said, make sure you spread that love to everybody that's in your vicinity. What we call our fellow human beings that are masquerading in the physical flesh. They're really just a reflection of you. And so if you take that mindset, whenever you have real terse interactions with one another, you have a more of an understanding that there's something that you need to learn to add to you. The separation is the illusion. Unity consciousness, it will be brought out in its full capacity. So moving on and grooving on. It's an hour-long program. I don't got time to goof around. So like I said, we're going to talk about this right here. Gratitude. Gratitude is your attitude. What does that mean? Gratitude is about recognizing the good in your life and the role that others play in these positive events. It can have a positive role in your health, your well-being. And the good news is that practicing gratitude is not that hard. All you got to do is take a couple minutes of the day and trust and believe. Like I gotta put this in here. I try my due diligence and not talk about the bad actors. However, if you understand in this world that you have to work a full-time job, some have to work a part-time job, and you have all these distractions around this particular time. So you ask about, if I say to spend 5 minutes in visualization, 5 minutes in appreciative, 5 minutes focusing on gratitude, you might say, I don't have the time, Ptah. I got to work 40 hours and 36 hours. I got stuck in traffic and I got to go over here. And I even got to bag my own groceries. I go to the grocery store. It's like I work for the grocery store as well. And meanwhile, I see more and more of my money going out of my pocket, which is bringing me a lot of stress. I would say, let not your heart be troubled. You have to find the time and realize, first of all, what's taking place to bring you out of your peace of mind. Because believe it or not, when you're operating in a fearful, overwhelmed, stressed out state, for one, your health decreases rapidly. We're supposed to live longer than what we live now, 60, 70 years old. Not only that, we're actually easily controlled by our elected officials. I ain't gonna say elected officials. The ones who are actually controlling the elected officials. It's easy for us to fall into that rut. So I'm asking you all to do this for your sake and the sake for everyone around you. Find the time. If you can find, you could get caught up on TikTok. Oh yeah, I know all about that now. I jumped on it kind of late, but you can hop on TikTok and you can be on there for hours. You press the back button to get out, they'll show you some more videos on the way out. So spend that particular time for focusing on gratitude. And we're going to go a little bit into it. Anybody knows about the map of consciousness? I'm not going to put it up on the screen right now. However, it's a practice. And stay tuned at the end of the program, folks. I got a real live demonstration of how to bring yourself from the lowest forms of depression and anxiety. I was going to say anger, but believe it or not, it's better to be angry than to be depressed. Ooh, what I say? Yeah, I'll say it again. It's better to be angry. Oh, what's the word? Indignant. Oh, we need a little bit of indignant. I need you all to get indignant out there right now. There's a lot of things being pulled over your eyes. A lot of disrespectful individuals out here you should get a little righteously peed off. And then that can lead to other things such as peace, love, enlightenment, and things of that nature. So what does gratitude look like? Number one, spending a few moments thinking about the things in your life that you're grateful for. Stopping to observe and acknowledge the beauty of wonder and something that you encounter in your daily life. So some of you all, if you're waking up, if you are, like I said, some of you all are in the upper room, and some is transferring into it. Some is vacillating back and forth because you keep watching the news and the news keeps bringing you down. But naturally, you're buoyant and you come up, but you keep watching the news and it brings you down. Or you got somebody that's not in your success team. You have an unsuccess team that constantly pull you into your vices, pull you into negative conversations, and get you all sapped out. In your daily life, if you find yourself going out into the nature, enjoying nature more, you might just go past the park every day on your way home, but now you're going in and you're noticing something different. You're noticing something new. You're noticing the birds and the bees and things of that nature. So just spend a moment and breathe. That's very, very important as well. Utilize your lung capacity. Your lung capacity and your brain capacity are very much so linked. Like I said, when you're living in this very, very stressful, hustle-bustle world, we don't even breathe properly. So you're going to do that. Make sure you're thanking someone for their positive influence on your life. Find one thing every day that you find that you appreciate. It could be something small. It don't have to be nothing big. It could be a stop sign. You could be driving and say, I'm very appreciative that this stop sign is here, because if not, be appreciative of the maintenance or the janitorial staff or the trash crew in your particular area. You can be even thankful for the words thank you as you're going and you're pumping your gas and you're pressing the button for your receipt and it says thank you for getting your gas at blah, blah, blah. Just those very, very small things, and do that on a consistent basis will put you in a particular mode, which we'll be getting into in a very little bit, what makes these type of wonders of life more and more relevant and more evident. Pay attention to the small things that bring you joy, meditation, and prayer. So these are the different types of gratitude. One is called the affect trait. This is meaning that it's related to a person's general disposition. Some people naturally experience gratitude more frequently than others. Some is more like a mood that fluctuates over time. You might find yourself just grateful while you're driving. I know one thing I'm really grateful of, and you can steal this one as well, is when it's raining. People say, oh, it's raining, it's a crappy day. Be very, very careful of what we project out into the world. It's good to have a positive disposition and find something that you're appreciative. For instance, when I'm driving in my car and I hear the drop right above my head, I'm very, very grateful that I have a roof over my head. Because if not, that would have hit me right on the bald spot right here, and that would have caused a shiver. It's that rain is getting cold out there, folks. So if you find yourself in the house, whatever your abode is, whether it's humble or whether it's not humble, just understand that because you have that roof on your head, that's something very, very small that you could consider that can enhance your mood. So some people do it as a mood, some people do it as emotion, which is a more fleeting experience. However, what we want to do, what I want to do, Ptah Shakur, is to make it just more, not as just emotion or mood. Make this a daily regimen. Make it a ritual even to help bring you to a certain level of clarity and understanding so you can put a smile on your face, so you can manifest things into your life. Because like I've said on previous programs, check out the double slit experiments. I told you have a pen and pad ready. Look at you, didn't have a pen and pad. Look at you. Double slit experiments explain how, yes, your positive disposition or your negative disposition brings things into your life. If you're focusing on things that's negative, then you're going to be pulling more of those negative things in your life. If you focus on positive things in life, you will be pulling positive things in your life. And we cannot blame these ghosts. We cannot blame a curse. You can't blame the devil. You can't blame anyone. It's really, truly in your mind and how you see the world. This is a call-in show. Go ahead and call in if you had to debate anything that I just shared. And I promise I'll get a nice, wonderful conversation with everybody. So, like I said, how to practice gratitude. For one, observe the moment. Take a second, focus on your experience. How are you feeling? Take a stock of your senses. Just stop. One of the best ways to do that is to go from head to toe. Just put yourself in a clear, relaxed position, seated position. Close your eyes. I've said this on numerous times before as I check the comments there. Close your eyes, because it's just a mere motion of closing your eyes and you're shutting off massive of millions of bits of information that is actually going through your eyes and going through those hairs of your eyes. Yes, hairs. And it actually goes to your cerebral cortex and it's deciding what to keep, what to throw away, what to keep, what to throw away, what to keep. It's a very, very arduous process for your brain to do by just merely closing your eyes. You'll find that that power is now delegated to other facets that are inside of you that start to get awoken, like even your other sense. And yes, your sixth sense would start to activate as well. So focusing on your physical body, focusing on your toes, then just say, hey, how's my toe feeling? And your toes are, hey, don't laugh. Don't laugh at all, because your toes are really, really crucial. There was a Buddhist monk, and you all can do this at your own time. Take your shoes off, take your socks off. If the inside of your big toe, I'm trying to do it like big toe and your toe, if it's flat on the side that is closest to your index toe, your second big toe, your smaller toe, if it's flat, make sure you circulate the blood. The blood needs to flow through your body as circulation. The things that can shut us down is any form of constipation. Not just constipation in your digestive system, constipation in your circulatory system, constipation in your electrical, energetical system will cause disease to come into your body right now. And then you will have nothing to be appreciative and grateful for, because you got all these diseases. So something simple is just like the Nike pump. You pump up the shoe, pump your toe, make sure that the blood is getting down there, because best believe your heart is doing its due diligence to make sure that blood gets to that toe and make sure it returns back. So we want to make sure you do that. So just focus on your body. You are a truly beautiful invention. You have different parts of your body. For instance, you have your subconscious that is breathing for you. You're not breathing. It's digesting the food for you. There's a lot of things in your body that is a wonderful invention, like I said. So make sure we focus on that. And even say I love you too. portions of your body as well. Write it down. You might find it helpful to go ahead and start a gratitude journal. Let 2025 is coming up really, really fast, y'all. Everybody's going to get together and put their... Matter of fact, really 2025 starts in spring, but we're taught the year starts in the middle of the winter for whatever reason. But in the middle of the winter is a wonderful time to go ahead and get your New Year's resolutions. New Year's resolutions, 2025, I'm pushing that. Gratitude journal. Gratitude journal. Why you do that? If you write down the things you're thankful for each day, you'll be able to look back at those observations that can help you when you're struggling to be grateful. You're like, oh man, what's grateful there? I done found $20 on the street. Savor the moment. Give yourself to really enjoy moments. Focus on experience. Allow yourself to absorb those good feelings. Concentrate on the sensations and emotions that you're experiencing at any given moment. And think about things that you really appreciate. Even in the form, if you win a basketball game, if your team won, enjoy that moment. I have a rule. I enjoy it for 24 hours. Then it's on to the next one. On to the next one. Even if I do something harmful, if I do something that's straight up just buffoonery, something just straight up just asinine, ass to 10, ass 11, I'm going to spend that 24 hours, put myself in a state of compression, not depression, compression, and I try to go into my lab and try to figure out what I need to do to go into the next level. Then I go ahead and do it. You need to savor the moment, write it down, observe the moment, create gratitude rituals like I was sharing, and make sure that you're giving thanks for individuals out there. Now, we're going to get to some good stuff now. I hope everybody's paying attention. Is the impacts. We got about 30 minutes. You want to go ahead and call in the show, 717-846-5067. We can get a nice little conversation going on this chilly Monday. We're looking forward to Thanksgiving coming up. And while I'm at that, go ahead and go to Ptah Shakur. They're on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share for individuals that you... Please, get this wonderful knowledge out to individuals. I've always wanted to see a program like this. However, if you don't see it, you got to be it. And so trust and believe. We have other things of other people as part of my team as well to make sure that this information goes even further. We got some TED Talks lined up, and we're going to take this to the maximum. So make sure you go to YouTube, Ptah Shakur, see the plethora of videos that I started ever since January 2019. I shared a lot of things that are taking place right now and is about to take place. Ooh, should I go there? For a little bit, I think I will. So if you go to Ptah Shakur, I've shared certain things such as keep your eyes on those skies. Not just the Chinese air balloons, not just the eclipses and the Aurora Borealis, aka Northern Lights. You're going to hope y'all can hear me on White Rose. We rocking around on Facebook right now. Like I said, the information that's coming across right now is divinely powerful. So some individuals don't want it to kind of filter into your ears. But like I said, this information is highly, highly impactful. Make sure you like and subscribe with it. But we're going to continue on. We're going on because I got a wonderful book that we're going to be speaking about, which is called Ask and It's Given. Very, very powerful book. And I have a little exercise. I'm going to set this up right here. Look at that. It's beautiful. So the impacts of gratitude is better sleep, better immunity, higher self-esteem, decreased stress, lower blood pressure, less anxiety and depression, stronger relationships, higher level of optimism, greater life success. Believe it or not, gratitude. Not just that emotion that you just get gratitude because somebody did something nice for you. You feel you feel grateful for about 5 minutes, and then you go ahead into your regular rigmarole way of thinking by focusing on things that we don't want. Hence, we'll get more things that we don't want. We got to make be renewing of your mind. That's in scripture. I'm bringing that scriptural reference. Behold, the renewing of your mind. And so, hence, we want to have a lifestyle change, not just a fleeting moment. And so what you find out is that gratitude actually blocks toxic emotions such as envy, resentment, regret, depression, which can definitely destroy our happiness. And so in closing on this particular idea, keeping that gratitude journal, it's very, very important to reframe these experiences, even things that happened in your past. I think some of you, when you get a little older, you can look back at things that you had like, man, I thought that was a horrible experience, but now I understand, man, that really led to me to be at another particular higher level of living in my life. So I'm very appreciative and grateful that I actually Hey, thank your guides. I'm going to spend this time right now. Thank your ancestors. Thank your guides. Thank your spiritual advisors. And I'm not just talking about the ones physically you can see with your eyes, because best believe you got more angelic souls and helpers around you than you wouldn't regularly know or be aware of. Like I said, me being adept in everything, all metaphysical, being a Reiki practitioner, anything occult, anything of the supernatural type of vibe. That's my bag right there. So I can kind of I trust and believe. You got ancestors, you got individuals. Everyone has about 6 to 12 that's looking over you at all times, and just make sure you give thanks for them. Not just when Halloween or De La Muerta. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. However, we want to make sure we give respect, because you are definitely being helped more than you think. So while there's some pitfalls being in a state of gratitude, it has a potential pitfalls. While gratitude is generally viewed as having a host of wide range benefits, there are situations where it may have some downside. For instance, if you view it as a situation that creates debt, it makes you feel a sense of obligation that could potentially contribute to the feelings of stress. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that it's genuine. And plus, around the holidays, you might feel extra pressure to be grateful. Just start right now. Start with, like I said, start with something small. So if somebody asks you when you go to class, or ask you when to stand up at your workplace and say, "Well, so, Bob, what's something you're grateful for?" So go ahead and start thinking about some small things right now. So sometimes putting all your energy into feeling grateful can cause you to neglect things that actually require some levels of criticism. For example, if you are so focused on feeling thankful for your partner, you might overlook or accept certain behaviors that are harmful for your well-being. This can also contribute to problems and toxic positivity, when actually underwhelms your well-being. So in short, make sure that you find something that's grateful, particularly in your local environment. Find someone that had helped you along the way. There'll be something, somebody opened the door, somebody flash you a wonderful smile, that helped propel your day. You definitely want to take notice of that, rather than taking notice of all the records of wrongs that you've been placed upon you. We need to make sure we highlight the positive as well. But like I said, moving on and grooving on, about this particular book, this wonderful book is called Asked and Is Given. This is a book that I came into contact, maybe about 10, 12 years ago. So it's power-packed with wonderful information, such as, much like the map of consciousness. If you can just envision this, I'm not going to change my screen, but we go from the lower realms of fear, insecurity. Now, mind you, this is a ladder coming up, so I'm going to use my hand right here. So fear, depression, insecurity, jealousy, hatred. You're moving up, and then you move up to revenge and anger. That's what I was noticing, I was sharing with you all before. If you're feeling fear, depression, powerlessness, unworthiness, being angry is a step up from that particular thing. We have in a society, when you find somebody that's just angry, and man, we have a tendency to try to stop being angry. What you got to be angry for? Try to pull them. Be very, very careful. Sometimes you got to coax individuals out of that anger into, of course, revenge is part of that. And then eventually, if you hear somebody, allow them to talk, allow them to express themselves, allow them to express that anger. Don't have them just push it under themselves and just forget about it. Because when they start to express the anger, they start to really give you keys, and they have keys for themselves. Sometimes you can sit and talk to somebody. They don't have to say anything, but you're learning while you're talking, and you're moving up this evolutionary scale. So you're moving up into blame, worry. Then you're moving up. Even moving up further is into doubt. So it's better to be in doubt than to be angry. So now you're recovering some of your power as you move up this scale of emotions. So then you move up from the doubt, disappointment, to overwhelmment, frustration, impatience. Then you move up. Eventually you'll move up to contentment. Then you go and experience some of the higher emotional scales, such as hopefulness. Just to reach a scale of hopefulness, folks, if you're on that lower edge of depression and powerlessness, guilt and insecurity, making it up to just hopefulness is a is a task that should be applauded. But don't stop there. We want to take it further. We want to go to the Yeshua, Jesus, the Buddhas. We want to go make sure we're vibrating at the highest level possible. So don't stop there. When you keep on moving the school bus, you keep moving up, heading up to the top of that mountain, you'll find yourself moving into positive expectation, or what we call belief. You start to understand your connection to the world. You understand that God, the frequency of God, is with you. And that just brings an automatic just renewing of your mind, like I shared. And so things such as gratitude won't be hard. Somebody can ask you what you're grateful for. You can look around for 10 seconds, and you'll have 4 or 5 things that come readily from your mouth, as if you're on that lower end. You ask somebody what you're grateful for. Man, they'll probably look at you like you're crazy. Might just attack you. Might just anger them and just show the anger and just straight attacking you. But then you should move up to enthusiasm, which is one of my favorite words. Enthusiasm, eagerness, happiness. Then you move up to passion. And this is what I employ everybody that's in the upper room right now. We already there. We there, y'all. We there. We expressing that passion. We're passionate about our passions. And we make sure that whatever's in our heart to do, as long as it's right, that we have no impertinent, there's no weapon formed that can keep us from expressing this beautiful, powerful energy that is naturally yours. And so then we move up from passion, and you move into the upper realms, and your spirit starts to experience joy. When's the last time somebody asked you, how do you feel today? Or if you could just walk by a conversation and hear people talking, and somebody saying, I'm joyful today. What? It's like in the movie where the DJ scratches the what? Joy. Joyfulness, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, and appreciation. These are things for Ptah Shakur. I hold this in my heart. And what I want for myself, I want for my brother, and I want for my sister. And hence, this is what the program here is for. So if you need a little example of this particular, how to ascend through from the lower realms of depression and fearlessness and fear and all the type of things to the upper edges of these emotions, how do you do it, Ptah? I got you right here. This real quick example. We're going to read along, folks. In the Asked in Is Given book, they give an example. This is, for instance, you'll find a woman who is in a state of tremendous pain because the death of her father. Anybody who's listening right now, I know you've experienced a death of a loved one, so you can kind of resonate with this. So see if you can resonate with this one. Even though he's been seriously ill and death was expected, when it happened, she found herself in the deepest depression. She felt powerless and grief-stricken in response to her focus upon the uncontrollable death of her father. During the days before her father's death, the woman had barely left his side. See if you all can go ahead and visualize this. But he slipped away into unconsciousness during one of the rare times when she was not with him, and did not awaken again before he died. As she thought about not being there to have one last conversation, tremendous thoughts of guilt washed through her. And while she did not consciously recognize the slight improvement in the way of guilt felt, it was a very important vibrational transition for her. And then her thoughts turned into a powerful anger. She focused upon the woman who had been with her father when he had slipped into unconsciousness. She felt rage towards this woman, that this woman had given her father a strong dose of medication that was for the purpose of helping him become more comfortable. Yet she blamed the woman for having deprived her of that last conversation with her father. So not only she's feeling guilt because she was not there along the side of her father when he passed, she's then angry because the individual that was there gave some medication in her mind, thinking maybe that's what caused him to pass. And then she blamed that woman for having deprived her of her last conversation with her father. She didn't realize it at the time, but the feelings of guilt, rage, anger, and blame was each definite improvements over her grief-stricken state of resistance. Like I said, the lower realm of depression, these particular things, blame is one of the best ways to get out of depression. Whether you can blame someone else, that's a real quick little boost. Like I said, we want to kind of jump, doing them gummy bear jumps. That quick blame is a quick way, but we want to do we're going to keep it going so you can gummy bear all the way to the top. So she definitely blamed herself. Of course, it's always better when you improve this deliberately. But once you find the relief that anger and blame can offer you from the suffocating emotions of powerlessness and grief, you can move up the vibrational scale very, very quickly. And while it may take you a day or two to move through these stages of guilt, and anybody who has the death of a loved one, it may take, man, some individuals, I mean, they still, grief-stricken years. Some of you all have not even recovered from the grief. However, with this simple method that I'm about to go into very, very shortly, will actually help you overcome that great distances of guilt and grief and move you to up the emotional skills to a resonating scale where you are divinely supposed to be by nature, and we can't blame anybody. We're going to move into that. So here's an example. It's what you all came for. Make sure you have a pen and pad written down. Here's an example of how to move up the scale of emotions in an expeditious way. Then this is how the woman could have did it. So this is the woman speaking. This is when she's operating in guilt. She's saying, I did everything I could. I did everything I could think of doing to help my father, but it wasn't enough. I miss him so much and I can't stand him being gone. Then you move into despair. How would I be able to soothe my mother? Then you move into grief. Every morning when I awake, the first awareness that I have is that my dad is gone. And here's good old guilt. Now mind you, we're moving up. We're not moving down. We're moving up. And notice the words that's being expressed and how you can speak to yourself to move on. So in guilt, I shouldn't have gone home to shower. I should have stayed right there with him and should have told him to goodbye. I should have realized how close he was to going. Then you move up into rage, like I was saying. I was there day and night and day, and I still didn't get a chance to say goodbye. The woman who was with him knew very well what was going on. She knew. She probably did something because she didn't want me to be there. Then it turns into revenge. How would she like it if the shoe was on the other foot and I gave her father some medication when she went away? How would she like that? She's seen so many people die and she should have warned me that it was close. I think she knew and she didn't want me to be there. This is all going on in the mindsets to apply to move up. Not down. Anger, like I said, is better to be in depression. Better to be angry than sad. She gave, and then you go into blame. That's when them fingers start coming out. She gave him more medication than he needed just to make it easy for herself. Then disappointment. I wish I could have said goodbye. There are too many deaths to attend to. I really don't feel like doing anything. I've been neglecting so many things in my life. I need to regroup and or reorganize. So now I'm feeling overwhelmed and frustrated. The healthcare professionals are insensitive to the families of the sick and the dying. They're more concerned about picking up oxygen tanks than how I feel. Then you start to move. The key point there, you start moving into hopefulness, optimism, such as, it'd be good to spend time at home with my family. Now that I have leave from my job, and what can I do with that time that I didn't have before? Now I can get to see some of my family that's flying in and such and such. It would feel good to get back into the swing of things after that period of time. And now you start looking back, maybe I should go back to work, see my co-workers and things. So now you're positively looking to go back to work. I know I need time to feel better. I don't know if I will ever feel the way that I felt before, but I know that I will feel better in time. It's called optimism. There are so many things to do and so many things that I want to do, and I'm so looking forward to smiling again, to laughing again and meaning it. Then you move into appreciation. You start to appreciate individuals that will come over and they will cook a meal for you. They will hold your hand. They will hand you that tissue that you sorely needed and didn't know you needed. So you say, I appreciate my significant other for being so helpful in so many ways. I do appreciate people that cared for my father while he was in the hospital. had some great nurses, had some great practitioners. I appreciate my sisters. I appreciate my parents. All things considered, we live really wonderful lives. My dad lived a wonderful life. Wonderful memories that I have with my father. Moving up, as you can see, we're moving up the scale to that mountaintop, gummy bear jumping. Then you start to move into knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Death is a part of life. In fact, death is actually rebirth into another realm. So there's really not death, it's really rebirth. And since we're eternal beings, is there really a such thing as death? Think about it. Daddy's gone because Daddy's not gone because there's no such thing as death. Now, this is the level of knowledge that she's now operating in. And she realizes that those individuals, now they transition to another part of her life. They are able to assist her on the other, beyond the veil, so to speak. That can only come through knowledge. Like I said, she's gummy bear jumping up there, yo. She's in a place where sadness doesn't exist. Think about that. Past one, the individuals that pass, regardless of how they pass, they're now in existence where sadness does not exist. And that's truly a wonderful place to be. I love knowing that he's in a place of utter joy and understanding. I so enjoy this earthly experience and everything that comes with it. I love knowing how this all fits together. They're moving up to joy now. You operate in this certain level, these next few statements that I'm sharing with you right now, you will constantly put yourself in a mode to manifest and experience the wonders that the Divine Grid Programmer has for us all. So I love having this wonderful man as my father. This is all has been good. This is all good. So remember, these particular vibrational states that we operate on, by utilizing different thoughts that you could positively use. And like I said, get this book. It's called Asking is Given. It's a clear way to come from a low state. It has a myriad of different exercises in there, such as, like I said, gratefulness. This takes it back to gratefulness. And this goes into the book called The Power versus Force with Dr. Hawkins. Sometimes in life, when you're operating in force, meaning in the lower level of emotional scales, everything seems hard. You're trying to grab something. It's like having a real thin piece of nylon and you're trying to grasp for it, and it's just constantly just moving out of your grip. You can't seem to grab or grasp on anywhere. You feel like your wheels are just spinning. You're feeling you feel like you don't have your power in this world. You're feeling powerless. But this particular book is one of the books that actually gives you certain things to focus on, such as, has one example where just put a $100 bill in your pocket. If you're feeling in a state of scarcity, to remember, whatever we focusing on, that's what we pour more into our lives. So like I said, my favorite word is, I have two favorite words. One is enthusiasm. The other is abundance. If you start to focus on abundance, then more abundance comes into your life. If you start to focus on scarcity, which these bad actors want us to focus on scarcity. When you go to the the aisles and look up for some bread, and you see 2 pieces of bread in there, it brings a forth emotion with people. They just lie still. It was a tickle me Elmo. People was just straight squaring up in parking lots because of the scarcity of a particular object that we were indoctrinated to believe had some particular value. And then it's too easy for these individuals to keep us in this depressive state. All they got to do is just promote more iPhone 20s and then get us to love that particular device and then make that device scarce, and then we end up killing each other over it. It's time to wise up, people. This is Ptah Shakur. We're not here playing any games. And so, like I said, that's just a little bit of information that I have. I want to make sure that I shut this off at a due diligent moment, because TikTok only takes things an hour or less. And so, like I said, we want to focus on that gratitude. That gratitude story is a wonderful example. Go ahead and get the book. And like I was sharing about, having a $100 bill in your pocket. That's a great way to get out of scarcity and start to operate in the energy of abundance. And I promise you, if anybody's out there and you're having difficulties, and believe it or not, Most of us are, because like I said, that 1% of the population that has 99% of all the wealth and the resources, and they're going for 99.9. All because they don't care about the money. They care about making sure that we are kept in a very low depressive state, like I said. But if you have $20, $50, $100, keep it in your wallet, keep it in your pocket, and don't spend it. And you can walk around and you can go to a store and go to the malls if they still have malls in existence. And you can look around and say, man, if I wanted to buy that, I could. But I'm not. If I wanted to buy that, I could. But I'm not. Just the mere of having the opportunity and the ability to purchase something, and you're being very, very intentional about it and not impulsively, oh, I gotta get the iPhone, I gotta get the sugar, I gotta get the cookie crumble. Keep it in your pocket. Find some discipline, folks. And I promise you, yes, you will be able to pull yourself by your own bootstrap. Nobody else is coming. There's some individuals coming, but they're not coming to hold your hand. They're not coming to wipe your bottom. It's time for all the birds. It's time to use your wings. Getting kicked out of the nest is a reality that is happening to all of us right now. It's a very, very uncomfortable situation. I know. Remember, God is in everything. Everybody deserves everything, and so if you're slow on that slow bus, like I said, that's fine. And if individuals, you're in the upper room, individuals, like I said, you understand that you are a divine being. You understand that you are a presence of divine source in action, and you're doing your due diligence to spread that love and light, and you're turning all the cards over because you know we're living in those revelation times. You know the Christ consciousness. You can feel it. You can feel it in your blood. You can feel it. You understand that you're changing your diet around, and that's helping wonders because then it enhances your abilities even more. You find yourself moving away from people that was in your unsuccess team and start looking for people in your success team. If you don't got anybody, check me out. Go to Facebook. I'm always dropping very, very profound information on TikTok, Ptah Shakur. Go to YouTube. I would love. Rent a friend. And I'm free. 37 cents. 37 cents for my time. I will be part of your success team. You got to charge something. So 37 cents. Ptah Shakur will be a part of your success team. And then we'll do what we can to fill it on out. Because you can find the 5 closest people to you. I can predict your future. So if you find yourself looking to go out into nature, you're observing, you want to change the music that you're listening to. Just like Kendrick Lamar had on the album, a song he put out, "It's time to watch the party die." Yeah, the party is dying, folks. And I'm not just talking about those Diddy parties. I'm talking about all those different individuals that want to highlight and express that type of living that is against your nature. The type of living and the type of music that we enjoy so much that when you see your child listen to it and you're thinking, I don't know if my child should be hearing about this pumps in the bump and all this type of stuff. Let me just turn this music off for their sake and change my frequency for my sake. Maybe when they're not around, you can pop a little bit. I'll play some Wu-Tang too, man. Wu-Tang ain't as bad as some of this stuff. However, make sure that we do our due diligence. Go out to nature. Make sure you eat some sea moss, some shilligit. Some of you all are already into that. Some of you got your crystal jewelry already adorning in that. You got your sage and Palo Santo sprays, and you're ready for this ride. I know it can get kind of scary coming up, but I promise you, we will make it out of this, and we're going to make it out of this with bells on. So like I said, this is Ptah Shakur. This is the program that I do. I try to do it every Monday, folks. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. A lot of wonderful things going on. So make sure you get logged in on Mondays. If I'm not here live, and this is live, by the way, you heard that phone ring, I will be having a recorded broadcast on there. I think they put words and say this is previously recorded and things of that nature. But I'm always here to make sure I'm doing my due diligence to spread this love, light, and this very, very impactful knowledge, which is really key for anybody that's looking to find the greatest version of themselves. So, in short, this is Ptah Shakur. Like I shared, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, share with the individuals that you know, that you love, and you actually are moving into a more positive version of themselves. And for my last saying for everybody, make sure that you find that unconditional love. I know we all do something that's wrong. We all fall short in the eyes of the Lord. Remember, all is well, but all is not perfect. There is no perfection in this third dimensional matrix that we live in. It wasn't designed to be perfect. You can go ahead and just look at yourself in the mirror and just draw a line down your nose and realize that one side of your face doesn't even look doesn't look identical to the other side of your face. Maybe AI might try to deliberately throw that in there so it can pose as human. So we always have a little bit of imperfection inside of everything. However, make sure you find out unconditional love for yourself. And when you do that, share that unconditional love with just a small smidget, a dollop, a dollop of daisies, a little dollop of it with everybody in your vicinity. And let's do what we can to flip these cards over and let's help the earth. Because the earth is moving into this new frequency anyway. So the question is we going to be on it? That's the question to ask. And so when you do that, I promise you that we will do our due diligence and actually change this whole realm and bring in this new earth that's written about in all scriptures and scrolls. So this is Ptah Shakur, and love and light to you all.